Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Poverty Princess. So tonight is part 2 of isolation and mental health care. Originally this video was supposed to be recorded during the day outdoors. Well, it rained, and I believe still is raining here in PA. I waited till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I did have to run out. And I figure telling you this little story is probably a good way to start a mental health video. I know many people are dealing with a lot of anxiety and panic right now. In my 30s, I dealt with anxiety and panic really bad, severe, for almost 3 years. And it ruined my life, to be honest. It was hard for me to keep a job, and having to adjust medication was really getting unnerving. So having over time been able to see anxiety and panic leave my life has been wonderful. Well, today I found out that it can rear its ugly head. And the type of situation we're all going through right now, unfortunately, is a good breeding ground for it, not breeding gown. Getting tongue tight. So I needed to run out to Dollar General. I had to go and add money to my card, which is NetSpend. Nowhere else to do it, no way to do it when you have cash and want to put it on your card. On my way down, being that it was at one point raining very, very light, my opportunity to run out, I seen 3 different people walking. Nobody came by me. One guy stepped off the curb, literally walked around the car. A lady literally walked around me that way, which was good, and I walked over this way. So, social distancing on the way to Dollar General did work. It's what I encountered in Dollar General that really just caused me to panic. So when I first came into my Dollar General, I figured there's bound to be maybe 2-3 people in the store. Wrong. Altogether, including workers, there had to be, I want to say 13-14 people. And I started panicking. I wanted to go to the end of the store where the freezer case was. I wanted to see if they had any pizza. I was thinking that today was a good day for pizza and, I don't know, something else. So I wanted to look in their cases, see if they had anything left. But the aisle I was heading down, there was the assistant manager and a lady having a conversation. No social distancing, right up close talking to each other. One person in the store, not an employee, had a mask on. It was a Spanish guy that came in wearing one. Now, I noticed, one, I honestly couldn't wear a bandana. It was getting rained on, it was getting soaked. I don't have an umbrella, but I did have my gloves on. So I'm trying to keep a distance from people. And what was really making me uncomfortable was I'm having to go to the aisles I want to look in for things a roundabout way because people don't want to move, and there's like 2 people here, 2 people there, 2 people there. What happened to social distancing? I was looking for airborne. I wanted to get maybe 2-3 small packs completely out. Of course, why would I think that? They wouldn't be. No Clorox, no Lysol. Again, of course, because vultures got to be on it so nobody else can have any. It's really sickening, and they need to stop. So having to walk around the store, going one aisle, up one, down other, zigzag, just to get to where I need to be and keep a distance from people was nuts. Absolutely nuts. And then, on my way to the register, I happened to catch a bag of Flips, the chocolate-covered pretzels, which I have not had in a while. And I thought, I could go for chocolate-covered pretzels. I'm trying to reach up as I'm holding a pizza, and I'm holding another bottle of Comet kitchen cleaner, the bleach spray. I also had a pack of little wooden matches. In the event my lighters die out, I have backup. So the assistant manager's coming down, no, the manager was coming down the aisle, and she walks right behind me. I have two hoods on. I literally push myself into almost the whole display, and I'm reaching up like this to grab the pretzels, and she asked me, since she knows me on a first name basis, "How are you doing? Do you need any help?" And I said, "No, thank you, I'm good." And I have my hoodie over, like, pulled towards my face like this. Like, this is absolutely crazy. No social distancing in that store today whatsoever. For the people out in the street, yes, there was. Very mindfully so. But in the store, no. I was literally panicking in that store. I was having a small panic attack, which was not getting any better, was getting worse and worse until I checked out. And literally, I was so relieved to get outside and, like, breathe in fresh air. I purposely took a longer way home just to, like, calm myself down. And I thought, this is absolutely crazy. So definitely today's video is imperative, and I wanted to share that with you guys because that really is concerning for me. And I haven't dealt with panic and extreme anxiety for, I want to say, probably over 20 years. I do get nervous, a little bit anxious. We all do. That's normal. But this was the next level. And if it had progressed, I know what the next level for me is going to be. So that was not good. And it clearly shows that a lot of people do not practice social distancing. That was my experience today in the store firsthand. So, the purpose of me doing this video was self-care, but of a mental health nature. And what you can do when your emotions are getting the best of you. Whether you are self-quarantined or you're ordered to shelter in place under a lockdown, still, being home can cause you to feel a range of emotions, which is perfectly normal. And what are some ways to cope with these emotions? One good way is to keep a journal or a diary. Expressing negative feelings when you are feeling them is a good way to release them. Put them down on paper that you can look at and reread. By putting them down on paper, you are releasing them, and they no longer have that stranglehold on you. If you're angry, write it out. You're upset, write it out. You're scared, you're worried, you're any number of emotions. Writing them out is often very therapeutic for some people. Not everyone, but many people do find it helps. And you don't need a fancy journal or anything to do so. You could go simply get a wire-bound notebook for $1 in Dollar Tree or Dollar General and a good pen, and you're good to go. It's helpful if you do start panicking and having anxiety issues to record as much information about them as possible, so down the road, if they are still an issue in your life, you can perhaps with a therapist figure out what was going on and be able to work on alleviating these, I can't talk today, I'm getting tongue-tied like alleviating these issues from your life. So journaling and having a diary is very beneficial for some people. Next are things that are actually dear to me, things that Ronnie and I enjoy doing, and they sort of tie in with each other, which is play online games or do puzzles. Now, Dollar Tree and Dollar General have puzzle books, crossword puzzles, word searches. I was never really a big crossword puzzle fan, only because I would get very, very frustrated being stumped on a word, trying for days to figure out what a word is, and just getting very aggravated. And if something goes on for like 2 weeks and you can't figure out the word, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. If I give it an effort and it's not working after 2 weeks, yeah, it's just a crossword puzzle. Move on to something better. So I myself enjoy word searches. I know many people enjoy Sudoku. I'm not a mathematically inclined person, so anything with numbers, I know I will not enjoy. But folks out there do, and those kind of puzzles are often relaxing for people. So there are 2 sites where you can download free trial versions of full-size games. And these sites are bigfish.com and wildtangent.com. Links are down below. I have a fondness for dark parable games. I discovered them on Big Fish Games. They have so many games for children, on up to adult level. There is a variety of, puzzle choices to choose from, and all different type of puzzles. If you like hidden object, there can be like ones with a horror theme, some maybe with like holiday themes, romantic themes based on movies, just to name a few. You name it and you're bound to find some type of puzzles that perhaps you and maybe your kids or grandkids would enjoy doing with. And when you're done with them, you can uninstall them and download some new ones. As long as you have good bandwidth, they're non-issue downloading these games. You're not required or expected to join their sites and be a member. With Wild Tangent, if you do join with them, you get coins you can buy, like the full-size copies of games. Big Fish, they give you a punch card. If you get a membership and purchase even like say 1 game a month, you will basically a punch card that you can eventually get a free game, which is pretty cool. There's been times in life where I did have memberships actually with both. One of my exes was big on playing games. We used to take a break sometimes for 2-3 days, not watch movies, and just try to kick each other's butt on games. And you'd be surprised how time would pass and have some like normal fun, which was actually pretty cool. So those are 2 sites worth checking out. There's some really good games on there. As I said, I am fond of Dark Parable. There is Bejeweled games are on there, Zuma's, Luxor's games. Just to name some older games that are on there that can be downloaded and played. So there is like something for everyone. So if you think you would like to check out that route, links are down below. Pick a game or 2, try it, and give it a whirl. You'll be surprised how you get engrossed in a game and you're not thinking about what's going on out there. Another thing that people can do in a situation like this is get back into reading. whether it be a Kindle or whether it be an actual book. Reading is a good way to occupy your mind, learn something new, and again, distance your brain from the negativity and the horrors of what is going on outside your window. Reading also can be very relaxing. Reading before bed can really, really relax you, where you will fall right asleep, as compared to maybe watching TV and actually find that you're sort of overstimulated. Now, I haven't forgotten about the book club that several of you were interested in when I did pitch that about 2 months ago. Unfortunately, I have to put it on the back burner with many libraries being closed because of the virus. It's not something that I could really get up and running right now. I will gladly, when things change, put a post up in the community tab trying to get a feel for everyone who would be interested in it. And I was going to take it off of YouTube, being that was just a small group of us. And I was thinking of setting up a messenger group chat that we could do, say at a minimum once a month. Now, you don't need to have Facebook to have Messenger. So, if anybody is concerned about that, no, you don't. I felt because it was a small number of people, that would be a better way to handle, a small club like that privately, as compared to doing a live stream or something like that, that other subs may not be interested in. I think that would just be more practical to do that. But again, that has to be put on the back burner for now, obviously, with things that have changed so quickly. Like I said, I didn't forget about it, which is why I mentioned it. Just that, now is just not the time to get something like that going right now. I do have quite a few books that I have never actually read. And I was thinking this morning, and actually writing some notes for myself, that obviously with shelter-in-place orders and things, it's harder to do, shall we say, like store hauls. And so in a few weeks you're going to start seeing online shopping hauls per se. And I thought, well, maybe to switch things up a bit to adapt to a different set of circumstances, that perhaps I could sort of do maybe reviews of books that I do read and like. Some of them are older, I'll be honest. I don't know if they're even still available anymore. But some, I do believe you can still actually get. So that is something I may consider doing once or twice and see how it goes. Something important that you should do anyway, not just for your mental health, but also for your physical health, is some type of exercise. And I mean, I joked around and I said even going up and down steps does count. Well, it does, truly. So if you're doing laundry and you have to go up and down basement steps, guess what? You're getting in some cardio and some exercise in from doing that. If you can, go out for a walk. You can use an app like Google Fit that will track your steps, tell you, how much throughout the course of the day you actually walk, even in your own house. And if you go for a walk, if you go up and down steps, it tracks everything. That's a really good app. If you do have unused workout equipment sitting around, like I said, now is as good a time as any to blow the dust off and start using it. No time like the present to reinstill a healthier habit into your life, and maybe replace a bad habit with something good. So, tying in with exercise and being outdoors is another thing that is relaxing, and that I think some YouTube and Instagram viewers appreciate. And that is photography, nature photography. For those of us who are lucky and have access and the ability to go for a walk in the woods, or go for a walk on the beach, or even maybe just go for a walk around town or through a cemetery. A lot of people who are truly homebound, maybe because of health issues also, enjoy seeing outdoor videos. And you don't need to be a fantastic photographer to take some nice pictures or do a short video. One of my subs said to me that being homebound, she appreciated outdoor videos since she doesn't have a yard, doesn't have a balcony, doesn't have a porch. She has nowhere where she can actually enjoy even a little bit of being outdoors. And that's really sad, and that's hard. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that besides many rock bands and that I do follow, different makeup brands, I also have a lot of animal accounts on my Instagram. Everything from the bat sanctuary to farm animal rescues and big cat rescues. One rescue that is like so dear to my heart, which is blind cat rescue. On my bucket list is actually going there and meeting some of these cats. Now, when I made that bucket list almost 2 years ago, many of the cats that I was admiring then have passed away now. Some of these cats have leukemia, they're feline AIDS, so some of these cats have some serious critical health issues. And you know that their time there may not be long, but these cats are given every absolute bit of comfort for however short time they are there. It's a wonderful animal cause. There's also another one, which is for senior dogs that I do follow. That is actually located outside of Pennsylvania. I started actually following that one, I want to say several weeks ago. I'm even a little bit rusty at the name, but it is a senior dog rescue. Some are blind, some have health issues, some were just caught up in bad family situations, and they give these dogs a forever home, however short it may be. Well, Blind Cat works on that similar principle as a rescue. There's also another one which is so cute. These are cats that are born with congenital defects called Odd Cat Sanctuary. Some of the most adorable cats that some people might find, I don't know, unattractive. I think they're absolutely precious. They're adorable. And such champs. And some of the most popular cats on Instagram whose accounts blew up were cats with congenital birth defects and issues. Look at Lil Bub. Lil Bub was absolutely precious. Absolutely precious. And it was so heartbreaking when Lilibut passed away. And just such a tiny little soul, you know. I was a Lilibut fan. So, photography is a good mental health pastime. Your own pets, other people's pets, nature in general. Even there is beauty in empty buildings, abandoned structures. I do follow a lot of urban explorers on YouTube, and I'm always fascinated by them. And originally, when I set my channel up, I wanted to do that across Pennsylvania, but I don't know. I don't date men that share my enthusiasm for going traipsing around empty, dirty, dusty, abandoned buildings, and I don't know why. It's so much fun. Like, do they not have a curious bone in their body? What the hell is wrong with them? But that's what I thought. Like, what is wrong with you? Do you have no curiosity? Like, God, I do. You know, like an abandoned house. You wonder, what were the people like that lived there? And who are they? And were they happy? And like so many things, you know? But, yeah, I had to shelf that idea because I have not met that type of guy who can just jump into a vehicle and be like, yeah, let's go drive 5 hours across Pennsylvania to go poking around some abandoned town. Come on, babe, I got you. I would love that, but the odds of me actually meeting someone like that, I don't know. So, photography coupled with exercise, outdoors, with animals, is a wonderful way also to redirect what is going on in your mind and turning it into something that is practical and something positive. And as I said, you don't even need a fancy camera. You could use your cell phone. Another thing which does tie in also with health, your physical health, is getting enough rest. And by this, I mean getting enough sleep that you feel refreshed when you wake up in the morning. That's not always the same for everyone. For some people, it's 8-9 hours. For other people, it's 6. Everyone's needs are different. A day like today was a perfect day to take a nap. I probably should have, because now it is 8:49. I have been up since almost 8 o'clock this morning. I am, for whatever reason today, just like really tired. So I'm going to be calling it a night after I upload this video tonight, guys. So getting enough rest and a good quality sleep is important. Now, I normally need to have some type of background noise. I don't fall asleep well in a very quiet room. I don't know why. I've been like that since I was a kid, to be honest. I don't know why it's so much harder for me, which is why I usually have a movie on. I don't know. It's just my quirk. Some people fall asleep to music. And some people fall asleep to, like, nature sounds, sounds of whales, sounds of summer rain, thunder. I don't know if anybody remembers. I want to say in the 90s. I had one. It was about this big. It was a sound machine, and it played different sounds to help you fall asleep. Ronnie's dad had bought it for me, and I had it for several years. There was whales, a lot of different sounds, and you could set it for like how long you wanted it to play. I don't know whatever happened to that. I believe it broke on me. It just stopped working years ago. But there is several good channels here on YouTube that do loop nature sounds and beautiful visuals with it, and I will include a link to several YouTube channels that have 2-3 hour videos loop like that. I have, in moments of extreme insomnia, knowing I was tired but just could not get my mind to shut down, I have myself resorted to things like that, and they have been very beneficial. And just falling asleep, watching the beautiful drone shots and scenery and waterfalls and lakes and mountains and a lot of beautiful scenery. Next thing you know, boom, I was out like a light. So I have a link down below to several channels that do have some really good relaxation music, trying to fall asleep, restful music like that. One of the stress relievers that I actually started engaging in is something that every child pretty much knows at some age very well, and that is coloring. And I'm talking about adult coloring books. Now, some people think they're silly. They're really, really not. And I'm going to show you some amazing adult coloring books I was able to purchase the past couple of years from Ollie's Bargain Outlet. And they're unique in that they're all by the same author. Literally, the pages can be detached, and you can actually create your own wall art scheme layout with them. Because they're not on paper, it's a little bit thicker than paper. It's almost like a very thin board that you can frame. And I'm going to show you some of these books. And I'm also want to see if there is a website that you guys could check out if you don't have an Ollie's Bargain Outlet by you. If you'd be interested in these books, I want to see if there is a website that you guys could possibly check out if you wanted to order any of these for yourself. Dollar Tree. Dollar General has adult coloring books, a variety of markers for adult coloring books, or pastel pencils. Dollar General has a good selection of supplies like that as well. And I wanted to show you these books I found several years ago. Now this one was from Ollie's Outlet. And I have several of these big books. Two are from Ollie's Outlet, and one of these big ones I actually looked out and found in Five Below 2 years ago. These are very heavy, it's almost like a, not construction paper, it's almost like a, that board that kids use sometimes when they have to do projects in school. Not the foam board like I use in DIYs, but that other board that Dollar Tree sells and Dollar General sells. Well, that's what these pages are, because you can color through and it doesn't bleed in the back. So they're a little bit thicker. All different type of patterns in these books. They are really, really cool. I actually started working on one of these smaller books, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Get down! Get down, Missy. The lady who designed all these different books is called Lizzie D. It says artwork by Lizzie D. Because this was from Ollie's. I believe this one too, the botanicals. Or no, wait, no, that was from Five Below. Okay, one of the big ones was from Ollie's, and I have another small one. It's botanicals, but I didn't bring that out here. They were from Ollie's, and then some of them I was able to find in Five Below. This is very pretty also. And again, when you color these in, they are frameable. These pages come right out. So you could even, if you wanted to make someone a gift, color in a picture, maybe decorate a really pretty frame for them, and give them a one-of-a-kind gift. Now, on the smaller book, this was one I got in Ollie's Outlet too. This is 8.5 by 11. These are the letters. For example, that's you. Just to show you. It doesn't say on here, but on the bigger ones it says, send a pic of your creation to I made it at parragon.com. #gallery wall art at Paragon Books. So I include that in the link. Maybe I haven't been on the site, Paragon Books. Parragon.com, I made it. Maybe it can give information where you can get these books. If you don't have a Ollie's bargain outlet by you, perhaps you could get them online. I'm honestly not sure, but I'm going to include those links anyway. And for children, the dollar stores have many wonderful coloring books for kids. You name it, and it's like Christmas in July, I swear, in a dollar store when it comes to kids and books and coloring books. And like, oh my god. You know, it's like when I was a kid, had there been a Dollar Tree, I would have been in there every week spending my allowance. I would have been ecstatically happy. Like, there's so many amazing things that they have for kids. And you can also print up coloring sheets online. You can also print up holiday-themed coloring sheets as well, that you could also turn into like some cute craft items if in fact you have small ones at home with you, or perhaps, you know, grandchildren, small ones, maybe you are watching while maybe parents are still working. I have 2 links down below of some really good sites for adults that you can go on and print up all kinds of cute printable things for kids to do. And also, kids like to make slime and do things with slime, art skills. The Dollar General brand has a lot of different cool activities with slime, making different slimes, and kids love slime. I don't know why. It could be a nightmare to clean up, believe me. I remember my youngest granddaughter leaving slime lay on her parents' tile floor in their parlor, and oh my god. Yeah, that was a nightmare. So, slime is very popular with kids. So, those links are down below as well. And last, I want to talk about, which I'm going to say probably is the most important thing. And that is staying in touch with family and friends throughout this crisis. We have access to all types of technology. iPhones, there's FaceTime. Androids, we have Messenger chat. I have also Duo on my phone. I haven't used that, but that is a video chat too. If you have a YouTube channel, you can do live streams. You can do live streams on Facebook. There is no reason to not stay in touch with family and friends. There's so much social media out there. Even people do on Snapchat, TikTok. This type of situation right now that we are all going through is especially hard for folks who struggle with depression and suicidal thoughts. And I implore anyone who has a close friend or family member who struggles with this to please make a very strong effort to stay in touch with them, to check on them, to get a feel for how they are feeling emotional-wise. And just because you cannot see someone does not mean you can't write them a letter, put it in your mailbox, have a mailman take it. Doesn't mean that you can't email them cute memes, cartoons. It doesn't mean that you can't send them a care package, just to let them know someone is concerned about them and thinking about them. Now, I know there is several channels on YouTube, people who devote their channels to talking about and dealing with depression. There is also groups on Facebook that deal with depression and suicidal thoughts. I have a few nationwide phone numbers if, in the event, someone is truly so isolated that they don't feel they have anyone to talk to. There is some nationwide numbers that you could call from anywhere in the U.S. and someone will listen to you. None of us have ever gone through this type of situation before. And this is going to be something that, unfortunately, will become part of history. We do need to make an effort to stay in touch with family and friends. There's simply no excuse not to. And for friends or family who struggle more than others, definitely, they should be your priority. Sometimes all it takes is just one person to make someone feel a little bit better, and having someone to talk to. And now even, do some folks who are home not have the time to talk? I doubt it. People make the time for what they feel is important. And so, again, I implore anyone who is close to someone who does struggle with those issues to please do keep tabs on them and check on them frequently and let them know that you care about them and that you're there for them. Because if it's hard for us going through this, for folks who truly are isolated, maybe don't have family around, or maybe just don't have family, they're very, very alone. And that's not a good time, not a good feeling in a crisis, to truly feel that you have no one. So I have included some links down below as well for folks who may be having issues dealing with depression and suicide. And one last thing, guys. Please, please do your part as I am doing mine to help stop the spread of this god-awful, terrible virus. Keep the families in your thoughts and prayers all around the country, all around the world, who lost loved ones to this nightmare. And let's all sincerely pray, however and whoever we pray to, for this to be resolved soon. Well guys, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care. I will see you guys tomorrow with my question and answer video. I do have to admit that you guys gave me some really good questions to answer, and I'm going to put out there right now, I'm saving the longest question for last. And James, you know who you are. You really made me think with your questions, and my answer to your questions is not going to be so easy. It's a little bit, well, I can't just give a one or two word answer to your questions. It's a little challenging, and each question has several answers based on different moments and times in my life. But still, nonetheless, guys, you had a wonderful selection of questions, and I can't wait tomorrow to prepare and prep that video. And I really think you guys will like it. So, take care, guys. Stay safe. See you soon. Good night.